All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Christopher Fisher. I'm the Science Project Coordinator here at the Institute of Competition Sciences. And wow, what a season we've had. Today is a wonderful culmination of all of the hard work and efforts that you guys have put in, those that have supported you, stakeholders, parents, coaches, grant supporters. This program and this challenge could not be completed and as efficient and successful without all of you working hard and putting together. And today is not just a recognition here at our Plant the Moon closing symposium and award ceremony, but it is a celebration of the culmination of all of our efforts combined to help us get to this point. So I want to take just as a moment before we get started, just to take a moment and kind of reflect on where you started and where you are now, and all the people that and the communities that you have grown using during this challenge. One of the core foundations of our Plant the Moon challenge is not just the experimental process, but it's the learning and growing and community aspect that comes along with working as teams, sharing your information, joining in the live events, and we hope to not only extend the opportunity to be part of a collaborative scientific community, but to understand that you don't have to have three letters beside your name or fancy degrees to be a scientist or to be a part of the scientific community. Your work, your scientific contributions matter, and we're here to celebrate those today. While as we've gone through our submission artifacts. I know that this is probably one of the most fruitful seasons that we've had. I know we had so much great commentary and responses back going through your projects, your videos. I know I was blown away by the excerpts and videos that I saw and were able to read through some of your reports. Those highlights, those contributions, those efforts really shine through from our elementary to our undergraduate contributors, just how dedicated you were to your craft, to understanding, and to put in the work that you put in this season. So, as I said before, we were extremely blown away, and you should all be very proud of all of the work and contributions that you've made. Today, here on May 7th, we're going to take the opportunity, as we said, to reflect and provide an opportunity to honor all of you that and your contributions here in our spring 2025 season. Our agenda for today, we'll take some time to recognize some of our partners and sponsors. We'll go through the program highlights of our spring season, as well as we'll take some time to identify and recognize our Best in Show awards and provide the opportunity for our science advisory board to provide commentary on those awards. And finally, we'll take the opportunity to wrap up and look at some of the next steps and opportunities that are available for you as you exit the challenge this season. As I see, we do have our CEO of the Institute of Competition Sciences, Dr. Joshua Newbert. He's also the founder of our Plant the Moon Challenge. Josh, I'm going to open up the floor for you if you'd like to say a few things about the program or some of our partnerships.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. This is great to see everybody again for the wrap up of the Planet of the Moon Challenge this season. It's always a pleasure to you really get a chance to just celebrate all of the great research that you guys have done because that's to me that's what this challenge is about is it's really showcasing how students can get hands on with exciting, innovative research that crosses over between agriculture and aerospace. And there's a lot of different ways that the work that you guys put into your Plant the Moon Challenge projects can be taken forward. And it's whether it's continuing on into similar research areas in your future, or if it's taking what you're learning about the scientific process and applying it to other things. Uh, but I think that through the Plant the Moon Challenge, you're able to really learn a lot about just what it takes to do really valuable research. And the honestly the work that I've seen from the submissions not only this season but in past seasons has just been exemplary. And we always talk about it that a lot of the projects that you guys have put together are publishable quality research. I mean, you guys have just always blown us away, from the kinds of projects that you all have done. So, I'm really excited to see, the results of what happened this season. And I hope that you all will just, take a moment to really internalize and think about, everything that you did, because the Plant the Moon challenge, or Plant Mars, challenge, they're not easy. They take a lot of work to go through, a 12-week, process, to, first of all, come up with your own experiment, and then go through and measure, monitor your crops, over an 8-week grow period, and take, good data through all of that. And then finally putting all the research and the reports together. It takes a lot of work, so, really, give yourselves a round of applause, for everything that you've done, just going through the process of the Plant the Moon Challenge. Uh, but before I became an education entrepreneur and started up the Institute of Competition Sciences, I was studying to be a planetary scientist. So everything that you guys are learning about, how plants interact with lunar or Martian regolith is, just really exciting to me. And these are the kinds of things that you'll have opportunities to even dive a lot further into when you get into college, and then on into your careers. So, I hope that you've been inspired and excited about the Plant the Moon Challenge. And please do look for future opportunities. We have amazing partners within the Plant the Moon, Plant Mars, programs, and you'll be able to learn a lot about them, particularly from a lot of the space grant consortium, that we work with. So I hope that you will all have a chance to really look further into what other opportunities the space grants provide and other partners provide that are involved with Plant the Moon. So, again, congratulations to everyone, and I'll turn it back over to you, Chris, to walk us into the rest of the night.
All right. Well, thank you again, Josh. And as Josh explained, the Plant the Moon Challenge, and we've for those of you who have not participated, it says it sits at the intersection of agriculture and aerospace. And just as diverse as the program and challenge itself are our partners that have allowed that provide support and guidance through it. The Institute of Competition Science as our founding challenge program, which is based upon the motivating and engaging and inspiring students of all ages, and designing competitions that are organized across the globe. And I want to key on that across the globe as we move into some of our designations and our key highlights of how we want to build towards this global challenge, as all of the outcomes of Plant the Moon and Plant Mars have global effects, both in space and terrestrially here. That the work that you did have real lasting implications to our everyday lives. We also serve as well as important to NASA's space grants and kids extension project, as well as Survey, which provide us the support and guidance for many of you, as I know, within your grant that performed within the grant extension program and here in our spring season, were provided resources and support and training as you work through the challenge. Also, as an opportunity to identify and support our grant consortium sponsors. Without our space grant consortium sponsors, many of you would not have the funding to participate in the program, but also the reverse process of you participating highlights the consortium itself and really brings forth to highlight and identify how we're all working from state to state as we continue to move and try to gather all 50 states to be to have opportunities to be able to be exposed to this program. Your works and your efforts not only act as a stamp of approval, but provide needed support and applications for other states to see just how important STEM, agriculture, and aerospace can really be and take a part. So I want to thank all of our Space Grant Consortium sponsors, as well as all of those of you that provided support and guidance throughout the program. And speaking of support and guidance, our Science Advisory Board member and judging committee, we couldn't do the program without them. Not only do we stand on their shoulders as expertise in their diverse fields, but we utilize their expertise throughout our challenge and program. They provide support and guidance and mentoring through our Q&A events. They provide recommendations and support as we highlight and provide context in our handbooks and our background information, as well as they serve as judges, uniting and identifying those exemplary challenge artifacts. So with that, as I said, I know we have many of them here. We'll have some that'll be providing commentary. Once again, we couldn't do this without you. And from all of us here, thank you for all of the hard work that you put in and providing the support and guidance for us. Now, I'm going to give it just a second. We're going to wait for it for just a little bit as we see our plants growing and highlighting our season. I want to take the analogy of just where you started out in your program and in the challenge, and as we've grown to this point of this culminating part of our challenge. And I want to make that as key as possible. Like, this is a process of growth and development. And throughout our 2025 spring season, we've seen nothing but growth and development from a program standpoint to all of the participants. So when we highlight our program, as I said before, we want to look at the growth and development. We're looking to expand this program as a global program. And wow, look how many countries have participated here in the Plant the Moon Challenge. We added several more this season, like the Philippines. And as we continue to expand and grow our breadth across the globe, we can only continue to impart that the information and the data that is being provided and the research that you are doing in our challenge not only has implications for participation and facilitation on the moon or even further in Mars, but also direct terrestrial applications that we can all grow and benefit from. So this scientific community, as we continue to expand, we really look to make it a global business, and with your help and with all of your dedication, spreading the word to all through social media, through your academic contacts, through family members, we can really grow and continue to expand this program. Now, speaking of that here, both domestically, as we continue to expand through the United States, as you see, our goal is continuously to cover all of the United States in green. Not only as the symbology of green for plants and growth, but also to understand that this program provides an opportunity for educational success, a building of STEM, development, agriculture. These are things that are cornerstone to our educational system and continuing to grow. So we love to see this process being enriched as our spring season continues to grow and develop, and helping us plant the moon. Now, our spring summary for our season, as we've broken down our challenge, the challenge choice, this season we saw an increase in our moon participation. So we had 84% of our teams choose the moon version, but 16% went out on the limb to really go out there and explore Mars. So we're extremely excited about the growth in the Mars challenge as well. But really thankful for all of the participation and the willingness to experiment. Now, also looking at that breakdown of our by division, we can see that we had a really diverse set of students that participated from an age group standpoint, and young adults and adults. So we had 43% of our participants were represented from a middle school age group. 43% of our participants were demographically identified as high school. And we had almost 10% of our students that were elementary school students and 5% that were upper university level. So that's a really great slice of the pie, as we would say, and distribution of participants. And we would love to continue to see these numbers rise, as well as the diversity of participants throughout our program increases. So, as I said, this is a testament to your hard work, your dedication in completing and working through the challenge. And as I said, when we started the highlights, this was a process of growth and development. And look how far we've come. If we remember our opening symposium, which It seems just like a couple of weeks ago, but that's how fast the program went and how smooth and efficient and how much quality work and fun we were having throughout you with the challenge. We started our program in January. We went through our 8-week grow period, and I know we had almost anything that you could throw at us happen during our grow period. We had floods and hurricanes, or we had floods and winter storms and everything in between. So once again, I know that the hardships of the spring season with testing and state evaluations, all of those things that are happening. Um, I just want to tip the hands through how hard you guys worked and represent it through many of our live events, like our informal office hours and our Q&A sessions with our science advisory board members. That's just a few short weeks ago, you guys started submitting your final task for judging. And as we've come here today, we've represented our closing symposium and our award ceremony. So wow, I just want you to kind of take and reflect on the milestones that have gotten us here. You guys have come a long way, and once again, we are excited and have been excited about your contributions to our challenge. Now, I know now with all that being said, I know that everybody here is on kind of pins and needles and excited about the awards and recognition. So I'm gonna stop talking as much for just a minute, and we're gonna move into that portion of our ceremony. It is now time for our awards and recognition. And what a important as well as unique situation we have, because this season, before we dive into some of our other awards, we want to take the time to recognize and announce a new award that we've had for this spring 2025 season. In this is we've entered as well into a partnership with the National FFA organization. And we wanted to take the opportunity to recognize our top overall FFA team this season. And just with all of the other awards that will be provided and recognition, the winning team will receive digital certificates and recognition on the Plant the Moon Challenge website. And those will come out in the next couple of weeks. But I know the anticipation for our FFA team participants, the top FFA team and the winner is. It's going to be Team 20644, Sigma Sprouts from Midlothian, Virginia. Their project investigated the effects of human hair as a soil amendment to improve lunar regolith soil conditions for bok choy plants. So, wow, that's a really interesting amendment. And with that diversity, I think we're off to a really great start of kind of understanding just how unique and how innovative our teams were this season. So with that being said, I want to thank our top FFA team, Team Sigma Sprouts, as we move into our other categories. Thank you guys so much for your hard work, and congratulations. You deserve it. Now, for our elementary and middle school divisions, we are awarding our best in show for our PTMC junior teams. There will be 4 teams awarded per division. Our junior teams will award best overall in show to elementary and middle school divisions. And just as I spoke about earlier, our winning teams will receive digital certificates and recognition on the Plant the Moon website. Now, with our Plant the Moon Junior and Plant the Moon Traditional Awards and Best in Show, we will be providing some SAB commentary. What I will do is I will also lean on my colleague, Miss Amanda White, to provide us some information on our commentary on our SAB members and their bios. So we're going to take the time just to really start and emphasize the importance of how hard you guys worked and the overall in your overall contributions to our program. So in our elementary division, our overall best in show category, and the winners are. If I had a drum machine, I would go ahead and play it, but I know the anticipation is tangible for all of us. So here we go. For our elementary division, overall best in show goes to team 19756, Project Planet from South Korea. Their project consisted of what conditions are best for growing plants in Mars soil. I also want to encourage that with our elementary teams, if you'll look up in the right-hand corner, you can also see their mission patch that they designed as part of their program development. So our SAB commentary will be provided by Morgan Irons, and I'll pass it over to Ms. Amanda White.
Thank you, Chris. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce Morgan Irons, who is a soil and crop sciences PhD candidate at the Lehman Lab at Cornell University, where her research focuses on microbial adhesion mechanisms and organo-mineral, organo-organic interactions in soil aggregates and their effects on soil organic carbon persistence under varying gravity conditions. Irons is also a co-founder and chief science officer of Deep Space Ecology, an agriculture and space business startup working on the challenges of food insecurity and human sustainability in the deep spaces of Earth, the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Thanks for joining us, and please go ahead.
Wonderful. Hi, everyone. Congratulations, Project Planet. Your team had a very well thought out and detailed report. Testing engineered lighting systems and what wavelength of light we would use on Mars is mission critical. Mars is a lot further from the sun than Earth is, so any plants grown on Mars will need an engineered lighting system to ensure they get the energy they need to grow and function. And as you saw and concluded in your report, the wavelength of light that we use will impact when and if a plant sprouts, how tall it gets, how many leaves it produces, and so much more. Your discussion section was comprehensive and showed me that your team really thought critically about your results and what they could mean for growing plants on Mars in a mixed soil condition. Additionally, a critical part of the scientific process is creating experiments that can be replicated or performed by other researchers. With how concise and clear your report is, if I wanted to perform your experiment in my own lab, I could, to see if I get similar or different results from your team. We have researchers at Cornell University, where I'm currently based, that are working on the impacts of lighting systems on plants. So your research is very relevant to not only space, but also Earth agriculture. Great work, Project Planet. I look forward to seeing more of your creativity and innovative questions in future competitions. Your future considerations section definitely shows me that you are ready to continue experimenting. Great work.
Thank you, Morgan. Great job, Team Project Planet. Congratulations.